Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade. I've got America's favorite uncle joining me in the studio today. It's Uncle Si Robertson from A&E's Duck Dynasty. We're chatting about his new book, Si-Renity. Go get it. Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade. Everyone's favorite uncle is joining me in America, Uncle Si Robertson. Congratulations, man. They let you write another book. It's pretty cool, right?
No, that's all right.
All right, so Si-Renity, what's everybody getting with this book?
Look, this is what happens after Duck Dynasty became a hit, okay? The man standing behind the cameras over here that you can't see, he's the one that put it all together. He said, look, the fans, he knows about the internet and all this, I don't. So he was saying, hey, the fans want you to tell them more about what you're doing when you're, out on events. So that's what the book is, okay, is what has happened after the show was a hit. What have you been doing on the road, wherever you go, like to a fair or whatever event it is. I'm actually telling them, and what it really has done, it's actually strengthened my faith in God Almighty. Okay, so because he showed me so many neat things that I would have never had the chance of seeing, like deep sea fishing, okay? Which is, hey, the ocean is a entirely different world because everything out there has got big teeth. And it just, so if you fall in the ocean, you become part of the food chain. But the book is about what happened, and it's neat what God has done with the Robertson family.
What have been some of the coolest experiences you've gone through?
Look, the most humbling thing is like kids that are Make-A-Wish Foundation, okay? They've been terminally diagnosed with cancer, okay? And look, here's the just amazing part. Their last wish is they want to see somebody like Uncle Si or Phil or Willie or Jace, okay? And these kids show up, they're dying, okay? And all they wanted to do was meet us. Okay, that's humbling, okay? But then what's the neat part about it is, look, we've said a prayer for some of them, and the Almighty's healed them, which is just so cool to watch. It really is. Because, I tell people all the time when I'm out at events, I said, look, if you don't have a strong family relationship or you don't have a relationship with God Almighty, what do you do when you're a parent and you go in to take your child to the doctor and he tells you, oh, he's dying of cancer. He's got 3 weeks to live. I said, who do you turn to? If you ain't got a strong family unit and you don't have any faith in the Almighty, my goodness, who do you turn to in a time like that?
It's incredible. Most people, when they get famous, they go in the opposite direction. They become divas. They become a-holes. You went the other way.
No, I tell people, I said, look, God knew what he was doing because, look, if he'd have gave me what I have right now when I was 25, I would have been useless.
You would have been at the Playboy Mansion.
Oh, no, I'd have been worthless. I've been worthless. I really would have. Okay, so he knew what he was doing, okay? He waited till I got mature, okay, and because, look, I had an uncle, okay? Him and his brothers wildcatted in the oil field, and they looked out and had one blow the top of the derricks out. Look, it literally destroyed his life and eventually killed him because he was just a country boy, okay? Then all of a sudden, he's had millions of dollars thrust upon him. He doesn't know what to do with it.
Does it scare you, Si, to eventually have to say goodbye to the fame? Does it get, because obviously, like anything else, it has its ups and then it has its downs.
That's the neatest part of all this, okay? Because look, Willie, I put a fence around my son's house, okay, and Willie paid for it. It was like $30,000. I don't have a fence around mine. I've got part of one. Look, I have fans knocking on the door at all hours of the night. So, because look, I was sound asleep, man, bam, 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 bam. I look at the clock. I had to go, it's 5 minutes after 12 o'clock, I said, do they really think I'm going to answer the door at this hour of night? But I love them, okay, because they've made me famous and they made me rich. So Willie said, why don't you go ahead and put a gate up like all the rest of us done? I said, Willie, I don't mind them. He said, you're so crazy. He said, you really are crazy. He said, you are. I said, hey, no. I said, I have tolerance for them because, okay, and I've met some of the best people in the world, my fans. Okay, I've actually, we went to an event and had to stay overnight, and they said, oh, no, you go stay at my house,
You are a better man than I am. I'd be frightened, man.
Oh,
this is crazy.
no, they're some of the coolest people they really are. I've met so many just wonderful people, my fans, okay? And like, it just, because they come up all the time. Willie always tell them, when they say, I sure hate doing this. Willie said, no, you don't, or you wouldn't do it. Willie's like that. And I said, oh, it's okay, come on in. Because I don't ever, they'll knock on the door and I'll just yell, come on in. Well, they real leery about opening the door and they'll stick their hand and tell me, really? And I said, I ain't getting up, come on in. You're here.
Who's been the coolest person, the one coolest person that you've had the opportunity to meet that you found out was a Duck Dynasty fan or an Uncle Si fan?
Well, the kids that are dying. I mean, it's just, I get chill bumps every time I think about it, that this person is dying and then the last person he wants to look at is me. I look in the mirror. I'm a total wreck, okay, as far as looking at. You know what I'm talking about? So it's just, that's why I'm saying, for people that I always tell them when I'm out on an event, there may be somebody here that don't believe in God. I said, y'all need to look at the Robertson family. I said, number one, look at what he's got to work with, and then look what he's done with it. He's done some amazing stuff with a bunch of, we look like muddy, 9 miles of muddy right away, beards and, just it's the neatest thing to watch God work. It really is. And he takes normal human beings that are flawed. Okay, we're not perfect. We've sinned and we've done all this stuff, that we shouldn't do, just like anybody else. And God uses us to do some amazing things. It blows my mind. It really does.
We got a big night tonight, man. Presidential debate, man.
No. Look, they've asked me. Fox and Friends asked me. They, asked me first off state. Said, "Well, who you gonna vote for?" And I said, "Well, no, I ain't." So then they asked me when we was live, and I said, "I'll answer that for you." I said, "Here's who I'm gonna go vote for president." I said, I'm going to vote for God Almighty for president.
Jesus 2016.
Yeah. I said, I'm going to vote for God Almighty. And I said, let me tell you why. I said, because number one, he cannot lie. It's impossible for God to lie. I said, number two, he loves this nation. He's going to do what's right for it. And I said, number three, he was with us in the beginning, in the founding of it, okay, with our founding fathers. They were Bible-toting, God-fearing men and women that settled this nation. And number four, okay, that's the truth of the matter. And I said, and look, here's the thing. There's your standard, America. Okay? There's your standard. Now, look at your candidate, whoever it is. Look at your candidate, apply it to the standard, then vote. Make your vote.
What do you think about the state of the country right now? What do you think about the direction we're heading in?
It's horrible, okay? Because, look, God has blessed the United States so many ways from the start, okay? And we've turned our back on him. We've got him out of our schools. We want to take the 10 Commandments out of the courthouses. And here's the stupid part. If you break one of the 10 Commandments, guess where you're going to go? You're going to go into the courthouse. Why would you want to take something off if that's where you're going to end up? We ought to post them everywhere. Because if you break them, you're going to the courthouse. If you're going to get a divorce, guess where you're going? To the courthouse. It's stupidity. The human race, I've said it, I'm kind of, people might say I was kind of anti-education, okay, because I seen it take my brother and send him down the dark path. I blamed it on education, which was wrong, but I did, okay. So, we've got the United States with all our technology and everything else. We've actually got dumber.
It's crazy, right?
Because we still make stupid mistakes when we got history to back up and look at. It's insanity when you say, okay, I sure wish I could change this, but you don't do nothing to change it. That's the definition of insanity. You say, well, this is horrible, but you're not doing nothing to change it. Well, if you're not doing nothing to change it, it's going to be the same result. You've got to change. Look at history, okay? My goodness, let's start, like me and Phil made the thing about, said, hey, look, here's two things we need to try. He said, why don't we just try this? Stop murdering each other and stop stealing from each other. Let's just try it for a year and see how that would work. Do you think it would be a better world if we didn't kill each other and we didn't steal from each other? You know?
It's a heck of a start there,
yeah,
Si.
And hey, that's the thing about, okay, hey, look, why don't we do this, okay? We've done went, with the devil. That ain't working. So let's try, hey, let's go with God for a while. Okay, love God, love your neighbor. Let's try them two things. How about, just to try it, you may be surprised what will happen if we actually try it.
You're awesome, Si. Congrats on the new book,
Well,
man.
I appreciate it. I hope everybody likes it.
You're-
They liked the first one.
Yeah, no, I think you hit the bestseller list with it, didn't you?
Yeah, that's another
Oh, cool.
thing.
You could
See,
actually.
that's what I'm saying when I'm talking about God can do some amazing things. You're looking at somebody that's got a bestseller, #1 seller.
New York Times bestseller,
Yeah.
Si Robertson.
Yeah.
That's how you should introduce yourself. I'm a New York Times bestseller, Si Robertson.
That's a hoot. Anyway, you look at it, that's just, it's amazing. God can do some amazing
Does it blow
things.
your mind, man, when you look at all this
No,
stuff? Are you
it
just
does.
like, what the hell? What I do here?
No, look, I look at it, I tell them all the time, I said, okay, yep, the insanity continues. I said, because look, I said, this has been one amazing ride, okay? And look, there's no doubt if you asked any of the Robertsons, okay, who's responsible for this? Was this what you're doing? No. They all going to point up. That's his doing, okay? Because, hey, people say, well, you sure are lucky. There ain't that much luck in the world. Okay, because look, folks, I look at the mirror every morning when I brush my teeth and get ready to work. Okay? Nah, it would take divine intervention to make this a TV star.
Get his book. He's awesome. Si-Renity on bookshelves everywhere. Check it.
It will give you peace of mind, or it does me.